My name is Maurice, and well, that is my European name given to me when I was in school. So later, when I grew up, I actually decided to pick my own African name, and the African name is Kweitey, and the surname is Quaynor. I was born in Ghana, in Accra, and I lived and schooled in Ghana. I finished high school, I think, in '84 in a town called Nkrofo, which happens to be the birthplace of our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. A very small town, but
That's very interesting now.
Very small town, but has a big name because actually the birthplace and the burial place of the first president of the Republic of Ghana. After some years, when late Rawlings actually wanted to uphold his name, he made the government to go and exhume the body, bring it back to Accra for a state burial. So the body was actually transferred to Accra, but that was Nkrofo was where he was buried initially. Anyway, that was by the way. So I schooled in Nkrofo. The school is Nkrofo Agricultural Secondary School, and I started in '79 to 1984. I finished. Then it was secondary school. This time in Ghana, we don't have secondary school; we have senior high school. And so from there, I did 2 years of let's call it professional in economics, finance, and accounting at the Takoradi Polytechnic Institute, where I came out as an accountant. So from there, I worked, I think, 1.5 years in a company in Accra. I was a sub-accountant. And whilst I was working, I also enrolled for chartered accounting. So in my second year, the European mentality came because there was this trend in Ghana. People from Europe will come, and the way you see them riding cars and blowing their horns all over the place. I mean, there was this craze, and it would just entice you. You understand? So I actually dropped everything I was doing. Nobody pushed me. I wasn't actually under any pressure, but just the sight of people, guys I knew that would come to Europe, and after 3-4 years, then it was not actually Italy, it was Germany. So people go to Germany and they seek asylum, and the money they will give them, since they are not actually paying any rent, within 2, 3, 4 years, they will come home with cars and stuff and start. So as a young guy, seeing your friends, people of your age, come back in a short time with those much wealth and stuff, not knowing the truth was actually they got deported. But we will never know the story, you understand? So they got deported, and the flashy life they were living was actually something so influential. Most of us looked up to that one. I was one of them. I was actually entangled and enticed by that thing. So it actually pushed me to abandon whatever I was doing. I wasn't doing bad. I wasn't rich. Then the system was so badly managed that you have to work and work and work to be able to afford a common bicycle. You might have to work about 5-6 years, you understand? So I got enticed by this trend of life. We used to call them bogus. So
bogus or bogus?
Bogus.
Bogus. Yes. So just as you continue there, I have a curiosity. These people that were living big, that came from Europe now, okay, whether they were deported or maybe some of them decided to go home for whatever reasons, but now they are living big. From your recall, how long did they live this big life? Did they continue to live big, or it was just for a short period of time? Is it that they started businesses, they were now really living big, or it was because they were just for the moment big?
And that's a very interesting question. The truth is that their flashy life actually ended shortly. The maximum I saw was 3-4 years. Some even didn't last 2 years. Okay, but since the mind of we locals seeing that flashy life, our minds were actually pre-programmed to see wealth at all costs. We didn't actually, personally, sit down to reason about how long have these people survived after they came back? In fact, some of them ended up being ordinary shoemakers, and some ended in prison. Some ended. I mean, it was. But the enticement, okay, the desire to acquire that type of wealth was just beyond. It was too much. So we hardly thought about the effects that was going to have after so many years. So any means you two could get to Europe and also come down with a car or so funny. Let me tell you this funny story. I remember back then in the 1970s, I think it was in 79, most Ghanaians migrated to Nigeria to work in Nigeria. And I think a government came, I don't remember the name now, and didn't want them again. That was around 82, 83. So there was a mass deportation from Nigeria. Okay, people were deported. And the funny thing, what brings to mind as we're talking is, people came and they were holding these big tape recorders, okay, the cassette tape recorders. And to us locals, it was the standard at the time. So they came, somebody has spent about 5 years in Nigeria. He came with some few nairas and just one, not even a car, one tape recorder. And people were dying, wishing to be able to go there, even though they are deporting people. Others were wishing to be able to go there, to come home with one tape recorder. So you can imagine the type of mentality that was there. So back to the boggers. Well, your question is so pertinent. They come and they last just in a short time. But the mentality that we had built and the sight of their flashy life was so predominant that we hardly thought about the effect that will have upon us, we leaving our jobs, our career and stuff. And I fell victim to that too.
All right. Many of us are. Today we are telling our stories in a way that it can maybe also help other people. I remember when I first got to Italy, that was in 2004.
Okay.
Of course, I stayed in Italy. Actually, I suffered a lot before I could get paper. I came in 2004. I got my first resident permit in Italy in 2011. So you can make the calculation. So it's really quite hard as a situation. But what I found out in the course of my exploration here, because that is what I continue to do, I start looking at the story of people. I'm a researcher. I research into the life of people with the hope that somebody might learn from it.
Yes.
I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to share how I see it, hoping that maybe somebody might learn from it.
Yeah.
Is that people don't really say the truth at home. They go there, try to pretend that they are what they are not. But I remember that because I didn't have paper, I didn't have any work, I was doing what you, of course, you will hear, they call shoro, no?
Yeah.
People that go there to sell facility and handkerchief and lighter. That is what we were doing. That is what I saw people were doing. Yeah. That is what I was doing. And it was really a very humiliating job, a kind of job that you would never tell people this is what you do.
Yeah.
But I remember going out at a point, I would take a picture of me. This is who I am. I would just send a picture home. And some people think I was crazy, but I wanted people to see this is the way it is. This is the kind of Europe I am. I cannot pretend to you because this is me. But I think that as Africans in the diaspora, we need to open up to the situation that we are going through here.
Exactly.
If you are enjoying, let people know that you are enjoying. But if you are not enjoying, if life is hard, still say that life is hard.
Yeah.
You necessarily might not need to do more than that. Then let the people decide on their own. Now they know the truth.